Hi guys, it's Nick here, and you may remember a little while ago now that I made a video called 5 Things I Want You to Know About My Cerebral Palsy. And if you've been hanging around on this channel recently, you'll probably know that as well as having cerebral palsy, I also have anxiety, and I'm also quite prone to low moods, and I seem to be in the middle of an anxiety flare-up at the moment. When I'm anxious, one of the things that I worry about a lot is the impact that my anxiety has on the people around me and who spend a lot of time in social situations with me, so I thought I would make a new video called 5 Things I Want You to Know About My Anxiety. Number 1 is that as much as I would love to be able to, I can't control my anxiety. Some days I'm going to be anxious, some days I might be fine, and I know that when I'm anxious it's not very pleasant for everyone around me, it's not pleasant for me either, but I can't help it. Sometimes I'm just anxious, and I've come to the conclusion that I personally think this is something that I'm going to have to deal with for the rest of my life. I've had therapy for this kind of thing a few times now, the earliest being probably when I was about 11 or 12 years old, and the most recent being about a year and a half ago when I tried cognitive behavioural therapy, or CBT, for the first time. The second thing that I want you to know is that I know when I'm going through a really bad anxiety patch, I can be really bloody annoying, and I'm really sorry for that. Different people's anxieties manifest themselves in different ways. Mine tend to be a lot of worrying about germs and a lot of making myself poorly, which means that I tend to have this thing where I need to ask people, oh, will this be okay? Or, oh, will this be okay? Can I don't know, touch the bottom of this shoe and not wash my hands, because I get really anxious about my hands and germs, and sometimes I end up washing my hands multiple times. And sometimes I might ask the same question if I'm feeling really anxious and really upset 2, 3, 4 times in a single social event, or I might ask you about 3 or 4 different things, and I know this is annoying, and I know it's really hard to be patient, and I know that sometimes you will probably lose your rag with me, and I don't blame you for that, but if I am asking you, then that is because I really need that reassurance to help me try and control that anxiety, because for every worry that I actually ask you about out loud, there are probably 4 more buzzing around in my head that I don't tell you about, because I can sort of keep those at bay. The third thing is that not everything I worry about will make sense. When I was a child, for example, and I was going through my first stint of therapy at about 11 or 12, like I said, I wouldn't touch a wall inside my house, like my own bedroom wall, with going and washing my hands several times. Sometimes I would pick the number 8, I don't know why the number 8, I just liked it. And when I know that I'm getting on people's nerves, and when I know that the things I'm anxious about don't make sense, all that stuff makes me more anxious. So please, unless you're genuinely concerned, like don't question what I'm worrying about, because it makes it worse for me. So number 4 is that, just like I said, I can't control my anxiety. I don't always know what's going to make me anxious. Like, yes, there are things that will probably always make me anxious, like grass. Like, I don't do grass, I don't like grass, I don't even like walking across grass if I can help it, even if I've got my shoes and my socks on. Like, part of that is because my walking frame doesn't go particularly well over grass, and wheelchairs don't particularly go well over grass either. But aside from that, even if I could walk along it nice and easily, the germs, just the thought of like what might have been on the grass, and you know, what animals might be living there, and ugh. But then sometimes going to things like family events or to see friends that I see all the time can make me really anxious. And you could say, yeah, you're only going to see Auntie and Uncle so-and-so who you've seen like for most of your life on and off, and why are you anxious and why are you worried? And my tummy will literally be like a washing machine because I'm really anxious about seeing them, and then the next time I might be fine. So just like I can't help it when I am anxious, I know there are certain triggers to my anxiety, but I don't know them all, and sometimes one thing will only trigger me once, whereas something like grass might make me anxious forever. Number 5, and I thought really hard about whether or not to include this point in the video, and I will, and that's that I feel really guilty about the fact that I am so anxious all the time, and the way that my anxiety manifests itself and its impact that I have on other people. And I think that this guilt actually probably for me makes the anxiety worse sometimes, because I feel really guilty that I have all these outward worries and that I know that it can be annoying for people. That's it from me today, guys. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. If you have trouble with any of the things that I've mentioned in this video and you feel able to share your stories, then please do in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you want to see more from me, and I will see you again soon. Bye!